get your supper. Now if Jarvis starts running, so won't he. Come on, boys. Come get your supper. Come on. I know, making you walk all the way around. Come on. I know, you just tripped. I'm coming. Oh, I'm coming. It's supper time. Good boy. Good boy. You gotta get out of the other bucket. You gotta share a bucket? There's another bucket. Oh, you both can't see it. It's on your blind side. Come here. Friday, come here. Come here. There's another bucket right here. Come on. There you go. He's like, oh, I didn't see that bucket. I was on the wrong side. Good boy. Good job. Look at his feet. I wonder what we did today. Let's walk around the other side. That one, well, we're working on that one. Well, hi guys. Welcome to Summerfield Farm and Draft Horses. These are my draft horses, and those are the chickens picking up after messy draft horses. And I am Danielle Summerfield, and these are my guys, Jarvis and Friday. A lot of you have been with me from the start and has seen these guys, well, that guy more so than this guy, but you know where this guy came from. And if you haven't, and this is the first time you've stumbled upon my channel, welcome. We all have a nice little community here. And I talk about these guys and their lives and how they've affected my life. And I just keep it simple, you know? But today was Farrier Day. This is Friday. And Friday is gaining a lot of weight. And he looks great. He looks fantastic. He doesn't like the chickens. He came from a feedlot at 1,100 pounds, 1,150 pounds he weighed, which is the normal size for a normal horse, not a draft, and certainly not a Belgian Percheron.
He's 17 years old. He is 17 hands. He is a black Percheron gelding. We did not body clip him. He was body clipped when he got here.
His feet are in good shape.
And his feet are in very good shape. He's looking this way, so Biggs is blind on his right eye. That's what he's trying to turn around and see what's on the other side of us. It's definitely been that way for some time. Like he's not jumpy by it, he's not spooked about it or anything on this side. He's got lots of old collar marks on him. He's super sweet. He's very easy to handle. He's super to catch. I mean, you can do anything you want with him. His teeth are in very good shape, so this filling in should not be a problem at all. He's a super nice horse, though. He is broke to work. But he is 17 years old. He stands exactly 17 hands high. His name is Biggs, and he is a black Percheron gelding.
He's a Percheron, full-blood Percheron. He looks a little different. He's got a little bit of Belgian in him. You can tell by his face is a little bit wider, and he's just a little stockier all the way around. His mane is different. His hair coat is different. So he has Percheron in him, but not as much. He's not purebred like him. So he has never, he's been with me for 2 months since Memorial Day, and he's never seen a farrier because I've been waiting for my farrier to see him. And it's very important for me to make sure that the farrier that I am going to be seeing regularly gets to see this guy for the very first time. And I'm very, very thankful for everybody over at Davie County Large Animal Hospital, which is their veterinarian, and that's where my farrier is. So today we had to analyze him and figure out a plan of attack on his feet. Now, I've been picking up his feet every once in a while because he's a draft horse, he's a workhorse. He's usually, most of the time, they don't pick up their feet, unlike this guy. He picked them up like right away. But he's got a lot of pain going on in that front foot. There's been something going on. We don't know what happened, but he's reluctant to stand on it or have you mess with it for any length of time. So I don't have stocks here, and stocks are a way for you to allow the horse's hooves to be addressed in their comfort and the farrier's safety if they've never had their feet done before. Most draft horses are born, they're put out into the pasture, and they might be started at 2. So they never have their feet done because they're outside in the pasture with their parents. So, or at least with their mom. So they don't ever get taught how to pick up their feet except to be put in stocks. So I make sure that they pick their feet up because I don't have stocks. So we do a lot of teaching here. And when he went to the veterinarian a while ago, actually last month, while he was getting his feet done, we tried to get some x-rays of that foot to see why it was deformed that way, and he wouldn't even stand on the blocks. So we tried. So while he was in the stocks, we said, hey, let's call the doctor over and let's see if we can get some x-rays, because he didn't really want to start messing with the foot without knowing what was going on inside, which is awesome. Speaks volumes for a farrier, rather than go, oh yeah, I think this is what's going on from the outside, you know, just by basing what I see on the outside. And really, chickens? and what I see on the outside, I am thinking that this is what's going on the inside, which is totally different sometimes, especially in his case. So in his case, he actually has a broken foot. His cannon bone is chipped. It's broke. Not his cannon bone. His P3, the coffin bone. There's a little round bone in the very tip of, looks like your fingernail. And it's broken. So without x-rays, we'd never know that it was broken, and that is why his sole grew really super thick, because his body is creating its own padding because it's painful. So, yeah. The x-rays showed a bunch of different things. And, yeah, he'll be all right. I think with, we have a couple ways we can attack this. The trimming, we can do trims. I usually trim every 4 weeks because that's me. I do maintenance, rasping every 2 weeks. And then they go and have their trim every month, every 4 weeks. Most people do it every 6 if they can afford it. And the people that really kind of skip by, they can do it on every 8. And then there are other people that do it once a year or even once every 6 months. And those are the ones that you see with horrible feet and problems. But there's an old adage that says, no feet, no horse, and it's true. Because this guy broke his foot while he was plowing, and that's why they got rid of him. They just decided, you know what, you're lame, you're not eating, you can't get to your food, who cares? You know, you're done, you're washed up. So he's here. We saved him from the kill pen Like, he was on the next truck to go out. And this particular kill pen that we buy from does actually ship to Texas, to the holding pen that ships to Mexico. So most likely he'd be dead right now. But he's not. He's here. And we got to weigh him. Yeah, you're getting fat. So, what does he weigh? I know you guys, it's driving you crazy. I know, because you've been watching. He was 1150 when I bought him. And then the next time I weighed him, he was like 1,200 pounds. He had gained like 45 pounds. And then I weighed him again, and I taped him, and he was about 1,300 pounds. He weighs 1,444 pounds. He almost 1,450 pounds. I'm so happy. He only has 400 more pounds to go. He should be 1,800 pounds. At the very least, 1,800 pounds. He should be about 1,750, ideally 18, but 18 is going to make him look chunky. So he is, well, according to the veterinarian scale, he was 1,555. He weighed like 100 pounds heavier than him. But I think he was moving. So I don't think it's 100% accurate, because he was moving and I had to snap the picture really quick. So I'm thinking he's probably about 1,600 pounds, because to me, he's a little skinny. He had a little bout of diarrhea, so he's probably lost a little bit of weight. But, and that happens a lot. So before winter, I want Friday to be near 1,800 pounds and Jarvis to be near 1,800 pounds. And that way, come wintertime, when they lose some weight naturally, they'll be about 1,700 to 1,750 by springtime. And then that's my maintenance weight. But he looks really good. I think he's not skin and bones. Now we just have to get that top line built up, and that's only gonna, that means we just got to do some riding and some walking. No riding as far as like riding, like what a lot of people go riding with when they train or whatever, or they go on like massive trail rides. You know, he's, with his broken foot, he's soft track only, kind of like Darcy. But the good thing is he doesn't have ring bone like Darcy, so that means once this foot heals, he'll be better, and we can take him on trail rides and all sorts of stuff. We can take him off-roading. So you can see he's a little tender, because we did do an awful lot with his feet. And it's this one here, the one that's forward, that one there, that's a little ouchy. But with corrective trimming and good diet and light work, meaning walking, the body of a horse is really good about straightening itself out. These two are so funny. They're like brothers. They're like two peas in a pod. So I'm gonna give him some Banamine tonight to help him with that foot. And overnight he should be just fine. And he's just picking up Jarvis's mess. Apparently there's some more in the bucket. Of course, all the chickens are out. They're enjoying the afternoon. Oh, looks like Jarvis says I'm finished. Let's see what's in this bucket. How you doing, Friday? Yeah. It's a little painful, but it's not bad. He did really good though. He was very good in the stocks. We put him in the stocks just for his own safety. And for the farrier, because the farrier had to use some power tools on him again. Just like what happened to Noah. We had to use the power tools. Now, I wanted to do a full video like I did with Noah, but my phone was dying, so you guys will have to just kind of appreciate the pictures that I put in there. So, what happened? Well, chickens. I'm gonna put you guys up here. All right. So when we went to the farrier, he took a look over at his feet and said that, yeah, I think I should get an x-ray done on it. Let's see if we can have the veterinarian come out and do an x-ray while he's in the stocks. That way we can get his feet elevated up, they can actually get some good pictures and stuff, which they did. They got some really, really great pictures. They took a couple of angles this way and an angle this way. And what you're gonna see is the foot is made of 3 bones: P1, P2, P3. The P1 is like this bone, P2 is like these bones, and the P3 is the coffin bone, which sits inside the capsule of the foot. If I had Darcy's feet out here with me, I'd be able to show you a little bit better. But well, anyway, you'll see it in the video. You have the P1, then the small little bone P2, and then the coffin bone sits inside the capsule is a P3, and then you have the coronary band that goes around, which the capsule grows out of. And the way Dr. Castro had explained it was that he chipped this part, just the front part. So it looks like there's like a little sticky uppy part in here, and that's where it's chipped. Like, he broke it. I don't know how he would break a foot inside a hoof. I mean, he broke it. So he broke it. And from there, it's like you stubbing your toe, like all the time. Like, you say you broke a finger or you broke your toe, and it's healing, and you know it's broken, you know it's healing. Sometimes there might be a dull throb, sometimes, you know, it might not hurt at all, and you're walking around, or maybe if you do walk around or you do stuff, it aches. But don't stub your toe or bump your finger, because you'll get that, oh my gosh, ow, pain. And that's what happens with him. So if he doesn't pick his feet up enough and he hits it on the way out of the stall or the barn, he's gonna get that instant acute pain, and that's will make him limp all day long. So as you can tell, he's limping a little bit right now, and that's because we had him in stocks and we did a lot with his feet. A lot of vibration, a lot of things were going on. So he's gonna be a little ouchy. I'll give him some Banamine here in just a little bit. So that's where that comes in handy. That's why when I showed you another video that he was really super ouchy and super limpy, because he had like slipped in the mud. So he slipped in the mud, he went down on a knee, he basically stubbed his toe, and he has this acute pain. Why don't you just go pee? Why do you have to dribble? He's like, I'll go pee somewhere else. Story of my life right there. All my money comes out of that. So, yeah, so there's a couple of things that could happen with him. Good regular trims every 4 weeks could allow the foot to correct itself, because hooves, they're kind of like their own little animal. They are the cleats of the horse. You know, the bars on a horse will grow pretty much overnight to compensate for what the farrier took off the previous day, because the hoof is off kilter or whatnot. I've seen it happen on him, and it's amazing on how fast the bottom portion of his feet actually respond to stimulus and trimming and stuff like that. His foot has grown a thick sole that is alive, and the sole does die and shed just like our skin. It dies and sheds off, but usually a farrier will help it along and scrape it off, and that's usually like a chalky substance. But once you get down to live sole, that's when you stop, because now you're getting into like the meat of the foot, and you don't want to mess with that because that'll make them lame in a heartbeat. So what his body is doing is creating a cushion, because that capsule is now foundering. And what founder is when you look at the video, I'll make some marks. The coffin bone is supposed to run the same parallel to the outside of the hoof capsule. So I'm going to turn this around here so I can put this down. So you have a hoof capsule here, and then the coffin bone, it should have the same angle as the hoof capsule. So you should have literally like the same distance between the two. Now when you have a foundered horse, this distance changes. Either the coffin bone rotates or you start to get flares and it pulls away. Now the inside of the hoof capsule is attached to the inside of the foot by something called lamina. And lamina it looks a little like this. Okay, so lamina is like Velcro, and it holds everything really super tight. So as a horse founders, say you're foundering because of a flare, now it's pulling up, and this is very painful. It's like you taking your fingernail and just ripping it off of the nail bed of your finger. Yeah, it's pretty painful. So that's foundering. It's painful, and every step a horse takes, because this toe is too long or the walls are way too long and they're putting too much pressure, is like pull. Every single solitary step, it's pulling this away, and then it creates bruising, it creates all sorts of nasty stuff going on inside, and it's extremely painful, which is why you see a lot of people saying, oh, my horse is foundering, and he's like limping or he's like completely lame. And you have to have a farrier that knows how to trim properly, so this horse is not loading or putting pressure on the hoof capsule itself, because the capsule is not built to withstand the weight of the horse. That's what the sole, the frog, the bars, and that's what the bottom side is, the frog and all that, and the heels, and that's what that's for. The hoof capsule protects everything on the inside. So I hope that makes sense. So with him, he is a little separated. He's foundered just a little bit because of this. And because this is broken here, there's a little bit of a distance here, because now we have some infection going on and it's creating space. So it's a little bit different, and it's forcing the coffin bone to rotate down just a little bit. So how do you fix it? Good farrier work. Good frequent trims. Okay, we're not talking massive trim like all the way off every single solitary time. No, you take a little bit on a regular schedule. So every 4 weeks he's going in to make sure that we get it done. I don't care if I have to bring like bubble wrap pads to put him in the stocks every single solitary time to make this stocks even like so padded, to make him more comfortable. I'll do that. If you have any questions at all, write to me, let me know, put in the comments, say, hey, I don't know what this means, or can I have this picture so you can like write it down a little bit more, or whatever, I want to learn from this, absolutely. I don't mind. Now see, they're not going to eat that. In that whole pile, that's a fire pit, and it's full of horse nettle, and they won't eat it because it's bad for them and they know it, right? Absolutely. Let's turn this around. Let's go say hi to the horses. Say hi. Hi, chicken. Hi, Roo. Hi, Roo. You're not scary. You're not scared of anything. See you later. Go on. Go, 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 go. Oh, crazy. So, this is Jarvis and Friday. And you can see Friday is getting a little fatty, which is good. He's got a nice belly. Got a nice round, hi, hellos. Nice round belly. He's not wormy, he's been wormed. We're working on the top line and we're working on the butt. We've got the front end just about okay. We're gonna put more muscle on that front end, but for now, we're doing good. But you don't see any more ribs anymore. He's all good. Unless you look at him like that way. Then he's still gaining weight. But watching the tail grow, and I can't wait until this little butt muscle turns out to be filled in. This has got to get all filled in. This needs to come up here like that. And so that's when this will kind of raise up and be all nice and round. Sort of like him. But even his isn't very round. Yeah, I know, we're talking about you. But you can see that there's a difference right here. Where this is nice and round here. This is like, there's like padding here. Where on him, we're gonna look at your butt again. On here, there's no padding. It's just flat. So, that'll take some time. That'll probably take a little bit. But, and then of course the top line. The top line will come up on its own. He's starting to get a little squishy here, which is nice. That means he's starting to build up some muscle. He's got some muscle here, which is really nice. So this will fill in that way. Where he gains weight from the front back, but his top line will go from the back to the front. Because you can see it already. Like right here. So he's getting better. He's just holding his breath now. He's getting frustrated. But he's looking really, really super good. And his feet look really good. Much better than they were. Of course, it's going to take a couple trims to make them look really good. But we're working on that. Back ones look really good. I'm really happy with the back ones. Kind of like his back ones. They look good too. His front ones we're still working on because he had that little bit of white line. So he had you have an itch? Okay, I get it. Hi, Eeyore. I get the itch. Okay. So he had a little bit of white line, so he had a notch right here in his foot. Did I get it? Did I get the itch? I think I got the itch. You ready to go in? Yeah. I know, you guys, it's gonna rain again. I know, every day. What's that rooster doing? Roo! What are you doing in there? Get out of there, Roo! right, you guys. He did so good. He did so good. Oh my gosh. He is so good. Really? Mr. Squeaky Teeth? Hi. He squeaks when he eats. Like the clover, it squeaks on his teeth. Oh, you're welcome. He said thank you, you guys. He said thank you. And I'm going to say thank you. So all of the help that you guys have been sending, it's always been a huge help on watching him get bigger and better. And I was not expecting another $350 bill on top of the $200 I paid to get their feet done today. But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So we're just gonna keep on chipping away at the veterinarian bill and go from there. All of the royalties that I get from YouTube at the end of the month goes straight to the veterinarian. So I will have another video coming very soon because they only give you payments if you make $100. And then after that, they give you the over above. Like last month was like $200. And then this month, I think I've only got like $50. So people aren't watching the videos and they're not watching the ads, because that's how I get royalties, is from the ads. So I don't know if I'm going to get one this month, but I will let you guys know if I get any royalties from it. And then of course, everything from eBay that sells off of our 15 Hands horse tack store on eBay, all of the money from those sales go to this guy and that guy as well. So that's what we're doing. That's how we sustain ourselves for the moment, plus whatever it is that I donate and give from my paycheck that I have left over after paying my bills and so forth. All that stuff. But we also did apply for a grant today for Summerfield Farm and Draft Horses to finish the barn and make a new driveway and get some inventory so we can open up our store, like our real brick and mortar store. So things are in the works, and I appreciate all you guys coming to visit my channel and subscribing and hitting the like button, because that will make my royalty check go up, which means you're helping these guys even more just by watching these awful crazy ads a lot. So thank you so much, you guys, and I will see you guys another time. And yeah, stay dry, stay cool if it's hot where you are. If it's raining, stay dry, and give your horse a kiss. Always. We'll see you next time. Summerfield Farm and these guys, Draft Horses.